Hey. Oh, shit. My light's not on. All right. Here we go, guys. Disappointing start to this show today. I'm sorry for those that are still with us hearing it. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. I'm cussing early today. It's one of those days. Um, didn't find out till like 10 minutes ago that Shane's not doing the show today. And then just as I was about to go live, my computer just like, I don't know, the web browser went, just some kind of internet connection. Everything got, all the internet went down for a second. And then when it rebooted, I just had trouble connecting, guys. Sorry. So yeah, don't switch over to 90 Day Fiance. Treehead. All right, stick with us, man. I am a Dro solo today. Shang's not going to be here. I just found that out as I was saying, so a little discombobulated in that sense. But we professionals. The show must go on. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's our motto. All right, we're here for you Monday through Friday, live on YouTube and Facebook at the same damn time. If you ever miss us live, you are a fucking meth addict. You understand me? You smoke your own teeth. Cheers to you, by the way. Speaking of addicts, got a little Riesling here, spotless. What we'd call off dry. Anyways, if you ever miss us live, just know that there is a redemption rehabilitation in the form of our YouTube page, youtube.com/c/savageafworld. You see it? You see it? It's scrolling right there. All right, get it. That being said, YouTube is one outlet. Facebook is another for those who are on it or need to be, don't know about it. Savage A.F. is our fan page. It's 2 dots. Okay, don't do 1 dot. Don't do no dots. Do Savage A.F. or period for those more formal, literary fans. I can tell time, AJ Fit. I know what 10 minutes ago was. I was waiting for Shang, and then he tells me like 8 minutes in at like 3:08, I can't do the show. Did I get hacked? Don't get me paranoid over here, Nicole. Hey, speaking of it, I see y'all in the building. Nicole, AJ, Maya's here, Breezy's here, Bronda's here. A lot of bees out there. Dumani, I see you too, Brody. Man, we appreciate y'all for being here. What else can I cover for y'all? Oh, you can go on Tubi, Apple TV, Amazon. Check out Shang is Shangry. Also on YouTube, I have a special. Just do a search for Black and Pedro. Miss Adverb, you get out of here with that Russian gobbledygook. All right. I don't even know what this is. Some kind of hex you put on me. Some sort of Siberian witch spell. I'll be haunted by polar bears the rest of my life. I don't need that. Take another sip. Yeah, I started getting weird messages like somebody is trying to hack into your thing right now. Click on this, and then I didn't want to click on it. I don't know. Am I hacked now? Is that what it is? All right, man. Singing happy birthday right now. Whose birthday? Is it your birthday, Breezy? Holla at us. I don't know. Shang may be caught up in a dice game. I'm that loaded dice trick. Yeah, I told him to stay out these streets, man. Oh, Miguel Rojas, man. If y'all are out there, make sure you follow this funny brother right here, man. A very, very funny guy. Always enjoy conversing with him. Catching him at the club, man. Let me know when you're on next, Miguel. I'm trying to come through, man, just to be there. But yeah, very funny guy. Make sure you guys holler at Miguel Rojas. All right, that being said, man, it's a Dro solo edition, so you know I don't like mumbling to myself for fucking too long. So later now we're gonna keep this one as short and sweet as possible with all the things there are to talk about in the world, all of the things. Oh, speaking of all the things, I almost forgot the most important one, the one that keeps comedians alive. Instagram. Some people call it IG. I call it the IG. It's right there for you guys. You see it in the corner of the screen at Black Pedro. At Black Pedro. Also, make sure you're following at Comedian Shang. I'm gonna put that on the screen so you can get the spelling as well. For those who don't know, it's not Shane or Shank or shampoo or whatever. It's Comedian Shang, Shang. At Black Pedro. If you can't spell those words, you need to eat a mirror. Just chew glass. Bleach in your ass. All right, man. We're gonna keep this one going. So Breezy JJ's, it is your birthday? It's your birthday, girl. Happy birthday, Breezy JJ's. Oh god. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I'm Dro solo today, serious just. Sorry, sir. Y'all just stuck with me. Fuck it. Shang in these streets. Chasing tail. All right, man. I'm gonna end today with the Black Pedro pop-in. By the way, today is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, in the time-space continuum. I'm not Doctor Strange. I'm just regular Strange. I didn't have to go to school for it. Just a regular Strange dude. We're gonna end with the Black Pedro pop-in today. We'll talk about preparations for the water wars of 2031. But before we get into that, let me see. We're going to have a motherfucker say what? Let's go ahead and talk about this Little League Baseball prank that occurred this past weekend. Just want to talk about that. Before we get into that, though, let's talk about the ghosts in the machines, the voting machines. But that is, yeah, codes have been leaked. Next elections will be fucked. But before that, let's get into some more good news, guys. Did I get to bring these in yet? No, I did not. Dagnabbit. But as we do, man, I'm gonna call it tased and confused, because that's I'm sure how most of us might feel. But there will be no charges against the officers who shot and killed RAYSHARD Brooks. This occurred in 2020. I'm sure many of you may have remembered. We will recap the events. Hanging out. I think he was hanging out one night with his girl. Maybe like dropped her off or took the car to go get some food. This brother fell asleep. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this picture up as well while I talk. But this brother fell asleep at the drive-thru at Wendy's. The cops appear, and he fails a sobriety test. And this is the brother right here, RAYSHARD Brooks. And in this clip here, this picture here, you see him talking about his past in the criminal justice system and having served time, and then the struggles that created in his life. So he had already had encounters with the law, and I believe was on probation. So even this interaction with the cops was already kind of going to be life-changing for him before the eventual outcome. And during the process of them trying to handcuff him, he decided to try and break free and make a run for it. Ended up wrestling with two cops, disarmed one of them. And when I say disarmed, I'm sorry. I mean, he did not disarm. Rather, he took control of one of their tasers. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to. God damn it! Sorry, it's hard for me. This is why I hate the drill solo shit too, because it's hard for me to do the technical stuff and talk and read your comments and respond and be jolly and shit and funny. But during the process of the struggle, RAYSHARD Brooks took control of one of their tasers. Boom, boom, boom. And sorry. and then kind of broke free and was on the run. And here in this image, we can see on the right is Brooks, and he at this point has a taser in his hand, and the police officers on the left. And at some point, Brooks does turn around, and you know, it really does appear that he's trying to fire off the taser back at the cop. And at that point, they shot him and killed him. And as we find out today, I'm trying to stay focused here. I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot going on. But as we find out today, there won't be any charges against the officers involved in the shooting and his murder. And you know, if you guys know me, I try and always stand up for what is right or what I believe is right. And I don't want to see anybody get killed. But you know, this is a tough one for me where you know, Rayshard Brooks did about everything you could do as a black man in America to get shot by cops. Like, once you start wrestling and fighting with cops and then taking, you know, any of their weapons away from them to try and use against them, that's it. No, Damani, he did not have his own taser. What happened is what I was trying to get out there, and I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted, but Rayshard Brooks, while wrestling with the cops, with two cops, was able to take control or take away one of their tasers. So he took the cops' taser away from them, and then ended up breaking away. And then he did kind of, you know, go back like this, and it looked like he was trying to fire backwards towards the cops as he was running away. All that being said, man, no matter what situation you're in, second, third strike, if you want to live, you probably shouldn't do any of these things, like trying to wrestle cops and take weapons away from them. Like, bro, it's you know, there's no real good outcome that's gonna happen from that, you know. Even if you successfully wrestle all that shit away, and there's no getting away. They got your license and, you know, his license plate, and it's, you know. Let me see. Maya Baker says the problem is that white people will always see people of color as threats and therefore deserve to be killed like dogs in the street. You know, we understand that it is a large part of police mentality on an individual level and even systematically in the training that they receive. However, in this case in particular, I think we do need to consider all of the facts, Maya. And one of the facts is that this guy was fighting with, like, wrestling with them, with two cops, and, you know, for the most part, like, bested them in that physical contest, right? So that's going to spike up any cop aggression beyond, you know, whatever it was when they came into it, right? So that escalates the situation. You know, at the point in which they're trying to handcuff him, Brooks, you know, breaks out and starts, you know, a physical altercation with the cops. And again, I'm not saying he deserved to die, but I think we need to factor that in. And like this, I don't like, there's so many egregious cases where obviously these cops were just out to fucking kill somebody that night. But it doesn't seem like these cops were at that. Like, they were about to peacefully arrest him for being DUI. And as much as that may have affected his life, and he was already on probation, and it would have been bad for him personally, he would have lived. It really seemed like, you know, this wasn't a thing where the cops were escalating the situation until Brooks made it physical. So it's yeah, man, you know, it's one of those, like, it's so unfortunate. And I, you know, I can empathize with the brother. He's panicking, right? Like, he doesn't want to go back to jail. Like, we found out later, like, the struggles he had with being locked up and life after, and he doesn't want that again. But, you know, at that point, it was too late. Like, he was going down, and his response was unfortunate. And, you know, again, I don't think cops should be shooting people in the back. I don't think they're supposed to do that. But when you turn and point back a weapon towards them, you know that it'll just allow for justification of it in the legal realm. You know, that's as far as I see it. Speaking of the legal realm, serious jest, JD himself. What I find difficult to square is they're using deadly force to meet non-deadly force. Now that is the most pertinent legal counter argument, right? Now, what I will say is that, and that's completely right, serious jest, right? Like that's the arguments I've been hearing is that, and this is the cops trying to have it both ways, right? Is that when the cops use tasers on you, they argue that that's non-lethal force, right? But if you use it on them, then they argue that that was legal force, right? So, you know, that definitely a double standard and hypocritical from that aspect. One thing I know that cops think is that if they get tased and become disabled, then you could take over their gun, right? Like you could be in control of that cop. So their worst fear is being incapacitated with that gun on their hip or even in their hand, and they can't use it anymore. So, you know, their argument is always going to be that they can't allow themselves to be incapacitated. And at the point which Rayshard Brooks turns around and points that taser in their direction, even while running away, and is going to be highly inaccurate with that, if that cop had been hit with that, he could become incapacitated and therefore lose control of his weapon. That's going to be their argument. That's how they think. And he's not, you know, again, I'm not saying that the shooting is justified, but I'm not surprised given the way this situation escalated. I'll put it like that. But ultimately, yes, D. Jones, rest in peace to the brother. Jones says he had a partner jack the cop taser. They shot him dead. I'm telling you, bro, once you start grabbing their shit, grab their mace, grab their billy club or whatever, nah, man, they're not only going to kill you, but then be backed up by the system, most likely in that. And, you know, Treehead, he died. Rayshard Brooks died on the scene that night in 2020. Yeah, and my big again. You know, I know every time these shootings come up, it hits on a lot of the same points. Maya says, Pedro, we have seen white people do far worse and live. I'm not arguing against any of that. My only counter argument is we ain't white. Okay, so when you as a non-white black ass person get pulled over as an individual, you are not going to bring these systematic injustices in here with you to back you up. You're just a nigga on the side of the road with a bunch of flashlights in your face, right? So like, when I talk about compliance, I am talking about what I see as your best path to living in that situation, right? Because as much as the system needs to change, the system or the changes that you need or the elements that'll help you change it, they're not there with you. Like I said, you're just a nigga on the side of the road. So like, what are you really gonna do? Like, argue with cops, wrestle with them, run away, evade helicopters? You know, like, what's the best way to live through that? Are you gonna be in a gunfight with them, or you know, let's, you know, as frustrating as this is, let's like be realistic about it, right? Like, so we're not white. So we got to understand we get treated differently, right? And if you get treated differently, you most likely end up acting differently or having to act differently. And as unfair as that is, it's like, I'm just trying to help our black asses live through encounters with the police, right? So that's the only reason and I don't even feel like I preach compliance. I'll say it again. I repeat it all the time. It's, if you comply, you might live. If you do not comply, you will die. That's just how I feel, right? So you, like I say, you might live, which leaves the room to. I recognize it. You also might not. And I heard people be like, "Well, then I should fight." Well, you don't know that until you're about to. You know what I mean? So if you start off not complying, you're fucking up. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. So, you know, I again, I'm not arguing against you, Maya, but I'm just, you know, adding to it. Like, yeah, they definitely treat white people differently, but we ain't white. And until you change the makeup of the police force and its nature and the way it behaves, we need to understand how they act and how they react to us and how they think about us. And a lot of us know that, but then you're like, well, that's not fair. And it's like, yeah, it's not. But like, what are you going to do right now? Have a march? Like on the side of the road while you're being, you know, you pull out your ID or they about to shoot your ass, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you know, as much, and y'all know me, I'm activist and gun toter out here and all of that. But you know, I'm not, I realize I don't have the power to get down with the cops like that. Like as an individual, right? Like I'm gonna be at a disadvantage all the whole time until we change that systematically. So AJ Fitz said, "There's always Mexico." Can you see my black ass named Pedro Hernandez, non-Spanish speaker, trying to survive, nigga? Hola, mi gente. But I appreciate the suggestions, guys. Yeah, Sirius just says he's heard the argument, but deadly threat needs to be imminent. Again, we all agree. I think we all agree on that. And you know, common sense, logic, humanity would, you know, point towards that and make it seem, you know, almost like common sense. But the way the system is right now, it's, you know, it's always leaning towards the cop. So we have a lot of things to change systematically, but also need to understand that as individuals in the system, until it changes, you're best served by behaving certain ways in certain situations. You know, you know, and absolutely, if you're ever in a situation with the police where you feel like you're about to die, you know, without, and you haven't escalated this, right? Which I totally, and you feel you need to fight for your life. I can't speak on that. You know what I mean? Like that's a case by case, you in the situation, whatever, by yourself that you have to judge. But in general, you know, a lot of times it's like just even if you know you're about to go down and it's like, fuck, I'm busted again. Like, go back to jail if you want to live. But if you try to fight cops and run and stuff, you're gonna die. Like they're going to fucking shoot you. And I'm not justifying that action. I'm just stating facts, you know. Like, motherfucker, if you step on a banana peel, you will slip and your feet will go in the air. And you will hear like that cartoon, like, wee, shoo, that kind of thing. And Sirius just said, and take the fifth. And that's another thing that we have talked about on the show is, am I being detained? If not, leave. And if you are being detained, the next line in your script is lawyer, 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 lawyer. Sirius Jess, is that how many? Do we have to say it 4 times? Or just keep saying it over and over? Lawyer, 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 lawyer. Like, just, I don't care how you need to do it, but call for it. Yeah, so am I being detained? No. Bam, get out of there. You are being detained? Lawyer, 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 lawyer. And all the back and forth is unnecessary. Yeah, that's a. Then they all go think I'm slow. If it's like you got the name, bro, just smile, learn the basics, nod or shake your head. They're gonna be like, "Oh, por Pedrito," and just in there like, "Sí, el baño, la biblioteca." Like, like this. That's not even sentences. Poor baby. All right, man. Am I free to go or am I being detained? Sirius just said as many times as it takes. All right, until your lawyer shows up, just keep saying lawyer. All right, man. So we're gonna keep it moving, and when I say we, it's just me. my many personalities. All right, man. This one fucked me over. Some Ghost in the Machines, man. So you didn't heard about all this, all part of the big lie is that these voting machines were compromised. And that was such bullshit to the tune that the one of the voting system companies, they're suing Rudy Giuliani and other people for defamation of the company. Oh, God damn it! Somebody remind me that something voting systems. Ah, shit! I keep forgetting their name. Sorry. Anyways, getting old, y'all. Getting you old. Me gusta el baño. Is that all I need to say to get around Mexico? Cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Queen Bee stepping in the building. All right, man. So, damn it, I almost had the name again. Dominion. Woo! Back at it. Right back at it. Let me get. I deserve a sip for that. Yeah, so there's always talk that Dominion voting systems would compromise machines and hacked, and Japanese thermometers doing this. Yes. Thank you, Serious Jess. But yeah, man. So that all turned out to be bullshit. But in the process of that, in those investigations and whatnot, and subsequently, recently, it seems that like machine coding or like some of the coding from the machine programming has been leaked publicly to undoubtedly a bunch of Trumpty Dumpty supporters so they can investigate. But most importantly and most dangerously, that leaves now these voting systems and machines now actually vulnerable and open to hacking. And as we know because the FBI has said this, and all the intelligence agencies in America have said it. They said it to Trumpty Dumpty in 2020. I'm sorry, in 2016. That the Russians have basically tried to hack the past two presidential elections, right? So that's already going down, and now they've basically been given a key, a map to the house, a free night stay, bedding, the little towels shaped like a swan on your bed, little mints on the pillow. I mean, this is like a world-class invitation to come hack the shit out of our next election. So yeah, I think Dominion is suing. Giuliani. I think Sidney Powell and maybe the pillow guy too. AJ Fit. I didn't know Miss Adverb and the pillow guy was fucking. You fucking the pillow guy too. Got me pregnant, and now you bouncing on to Lindell. All right, man. Okay. Like she's still defending her man. Not my pillows. Not my pillows. I just imagine her saying it kind of ghetto and cracky like that. But we love you though. That's our Minister of Defense. I don't want to get her started. All right, man. So yeah. So that being said, the American voting system is like now very vulnerable to being hacked in key critical places nationwide. And all of that is because of Trumpty Dumpty. And I'm not saying he passed out the damn, coding to the machines, but it's all, byproduct of this drummed up idea that the election was stolen. They just had a whole group of, election, workers and volunteers quit in one Texas office because they were tired of being harassed by Trump supporters about, fraud in their voting system. Well, guess what? Trump fucking won Texas by a landslide. And these idiots are out here, his supporters, hollering fraud in Texas. Like they don't even know what they're saying anymore. Like they can't even hear themselves. It's like, I don't know, shitting your pants. You know how you can't really smell yourself, It must be why babies do it, because if they could, then they wouldn't. it seemed like they would stop doing it earlier. Anyways, I don't know, man. Would you, Ms. Adverb, do not use this space, the sanctity of our comment section, to be doing your little side pillow advertisements for that licorice-minded, and I'm talking about black licorice, the funky, nasty kind that nobody likes. That's Mike Lindell, your love husband, the stuffing to your pillow. Yeah, man. It's so yeah. Maya Baker says ignorance breeds chaos. Ignorance, is that one of Trump's daughters? It's a breeding joke. Sorry. All right. But yeah, it, you know, the level of stupidity, like Breezy JJ's brings up, is just too stupid, right? Like it doesn't. They're just arguing things for the sake of argument and anger, and they've been fomented into this state of rage that, you know, whatever logic might have existed, you know, at this point they'll latch on to any fucking conspiracy, man. Man, if you tell them that motherfucking Venezuela is putting chemicals in marshmallows so that when you camp and eat s'mores, they can track this micro in your blood. They can put the microorganism in and track you. Like, yeah, you know, I don't even know how to finish that dumbass conspiracy that I'm making up as I go along, because I don't know what you go from there. And then elephants come and they give, and it weaponizes elephants against humans, white humans. So yeah, they like, you can make up anything, any fucking conspiracy, and if it leads to Trump was done wrong, my president Donald Jesus Trump was done wrong, then they're gonna latch right on to that. She said, Miss Aver says, I will walk, flip, and hog tie you with said licorice talk about my pillows with those dirty hobo licking lips you got. All right. First of all, I didn't lick the hobo. I didn't let's go ahead and say that. I didn't lick the hobo. Because you know, I'm gonna draw the line at that. Okay. I'll stand on what I did, but I ain't gonna stand on what I didn't did. I did not lick the hobo. Carolina Boss is in Tracy, California. That's up by like cow towns and shit, right? You might as well stick your head in a cow's farting ass when you ride through areas like that. But he said they're slow there. No apologies for being late, dog. We know you out there trucking, keeping America going, supplying the chain. See, look, now y'all just want to just come on. Yeah, it smells bad in that Tracy area, Carolina Boss, man. But what also is about to smell bad is these next few elections, man. Because then it's going to be at the point where it's going to flip. And then we're going to be like, no, they stole the election. Right? We're going to be like, the machines were rigged. And then we just going to sound like them. And it's going to get fucking ridiculous. You understand me? It's going to be nuts. I'm telling you, in 2 motherfucking years, all of us liberals and Democrats, black people, we all going to be saying the same shit that Trumpers are saying right now. The Trumpty Dumptians are preaching right now. We're going to be like, they stole the election and the machines was rigged, man. And it was a goddamn Russian skateboards were sent over here, man. And inside the wheels are little micro transistor radios, man. And the frequencies within the radios were directly communicating with the machines to influence them and give the votes to Trump. I don't know if I can link anything together, serious Jess, but I'm telling you, these when I see the dots, I try my best to connect them, man. Treehead, I know it's already fucking ridiculous, then it's about to get motherfucking ridiculous, okay? If you need me to be a little more specific, I know it's fucking ridiculous now, but in 2 years, it's gonna be motherfucking ridiculous. You understand? I'm gonna do my head like motherfucking ridiculous every time. Okay, I'm gonna emphasize it and clarify. If you want to be technical, god damn, y'all are on me today, man. I can't. No, I'm fucking with you. But yeah, no, it's however crazy you think this shit sounds. I'm telling you, in 2 years, we are going to be saying the same shit because now the machines are going to get hacked. You know these foreign entities want Trumpty Dumpty because that's going to bring America right on down. Down, down, down. Red night going down. And yes, Maya, you're right. She says, isn't that the point of all this, to ruin the integrity of the election process in this country? Well, go ahead, Negro Dominus, tell us. And I mean, that's it. But I'm just saying, let's talk about it now. If you see the train coming, goddamn it, let's talk about it. All right, man. You know what it is? Savage AF, Black Pedro, no comedian Shang today. This is Dro Solo edition for y'all. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Make sure you're on our YouTube page if you haven't. Oh, and also, I'm gonna do a little. See if I can do some technical shit for y'all. Also, when y'all get there, man, make sure y'all are on some shit like this on the YouTube page. All right. You see that? Subscribe and click the bell. Also, on the videos, when you have time, just hit them, baby, with them thumbs. Hit them likes. You need them likes, all right? We also need these. Bam. Rate, comments, all of that, man. Come on. You know what it is, man. Savage AF. Follow us on Instagram at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. All right, man. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Yeah, this next one, and bear with me because I'm gonna have to pull up images for it while I'm talking about it or trying to build it up. But when we get into this story, Nick, we all gonna be like,
motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about it, man. We have a sordid history in America. Let me see. We have a sordid history as Black people in this country with a specific product. Cotton. Yeah, let's talk about it. Took me a while to realize that Yosemite Sam was racist. You remember him from the Warner Brother cartoon Looney Tunes? You always be like, you cotton picking varmint. And then one day you're like, hey, we was the cotton pickers. Right? So who was he talking to? Oh, God damn it. This ain't going to come up, man. Shit. Son of a. But all that being said, sorry. Given our history with the specific product cotton, I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring up an image of it if I can. This past weekend, boom. Here we go. No, that's not gonna come. That's not gonna work either, motherfucker. Boom, boom. This weekend, Little League baseball. They're building up towards the World Series or whatever, and okay, let me see if I get this one. Aha, I got one for you. Hold on now, because I need you to see it too. I don't want to just be talking about this. We need the visual. Okay, you got to use your peripherals. But during the Little League World Series or baseball World Series tournament, they're not in the final yet, the World Series itself, but some team beat some other team, and I think they're going on to the championship or whatever it is, right? And sorry, I need to get this fucking. One of the teams, in celebrating their victory, here we go. In celebrating their victory, now this is a celebration. It's a celebration. Decided to do this. Let me go ahead and take this banner down so we can just kind of fully get that in there. Yeah. the team, in order to celebrate, decided to take what appears to be the lone Negro on the team and apply cotton balls all over his head. And stop heckling me, Miss Adverb, and pay attention. All right, Shang ain't here. All right, I know I'm not your daddy, but you still gonna listen to me. No, do you see what we saying? Okay, now Breezy, is it hitting you? Shang always gives us money. You a goddamn lie. Now we know that ain't right. But Breezy JJ says, "Oh hell no." I'm gonna leave it there for a minute, man. Y'all don't need to see my face. You see my fucking face all the time, right? I want to look at this. Just have a bunch of white people around this one black kid, and they are adhering. I don't know if they're using glue or tape or static friction, but they are adhering cotton balls all over this young Negro's head. Now, a lot of people have pointed out that this is exactly why, even though it's nowhere near being taught in any elementary or high school level of education, but this proves why it should be, and that is critical race theory. Because anybody who has a basic understanding of American history, let's hope it's not Gorilla Glue, Miss Adverb. Please no. Let me see that again. So yeah, man, this is anybody who understands any bit of American history should know that this is offensive, to put cotton all over a black person like that, given our history with that material, with that plant. AJ Fitz says his parents should be ashamed. They didn't teach him better. Now we don't know what his parents taught him. Like, he doesn't look like he's enjoying it. He might. Again, he's probably the lone Negro on that team. Those little league on that level, that shit is expensive, bro. All right, and a lot of black families do not have the resources to have their kids playing on that level like that, right? So probably one of very few Negroes on his team and in the league in general. Does not appear to be enjoying it. The videos I saw of it, he also never really appeared to be enjoying it. I don't want to shame him for like letting it happen. I feel you, AJ, on the parent thing. And we don't really know exactly what his parents have taught him, and what they, the conversations they had. What does he do? Flip out on his teammates? Then he becomes angry little black boy. I've been on predominantly white football team one time in my life, and it's not fun socially, or it wasn't for me at that time. This was in the late 1900s, so times have changed. Things have gotten so much better, as we can see. Things have gotten so much better. So would love to be able to have a conversation with the parents about what kind of conversations they've had with him. Shit, we don't even know. This thing might be adopted and being raised by white people, and it's the only reason he's able to play in the little league. You know what I mean? And I say that kind of facetiously, but also, we don't know. We don't know how this kid. I don't know, or at least I don't. I haven't gotten into the details of that. So there are black kids who are out there who are being raised by white people, and so I don't know. So I don't want to blame the kid for having it happen to him. I do want to blame all them little white kids for being pieces of shit and being raised by pieces of shit. I want to blame the coach for being a piece of shit. I want to blame ESPN also for, as they broadcast that shit on national fucking television. The broadcasters are just like, oh, look at they're just being little leaguers. And he said that, little leaguers, and all the black people were like, little who? Leaguers? Okay. He's about to strike out in this bitch. Coming off the bench out the dugout on your ass. Treehead said, "What state was this in?" I don't know. I'm sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see if I don't even know if I had this story saved. Oh wait, I had it on IG. But either way, man, I'm not sure exact. It happened in the state of America. That's the only thing this country seems to be united in is fucking with black folks. Um, but I'm not sure exactly where this game was being held at the time. Let me see if I can figure that out. No, this post about it does not specify exactly where it was. So sorry about that. But yeah, either way, I would like to stay focused on all the adults involved in and around this, on down to the broadcasters who seem to be enjoying and reveling in it, and just doing their best to make light of it. They're just little leaguers, just being racist, just little leaguers, just following in the footsteps of their makers. That's right. I don't know where the team is from. I'm sorry, guys. I have very little info on that. It's not. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure which teams it was. We can all kind of look it up later. But it did happen live on television. ESPN, 4040 Club ESPN on the screen. So yeah, this is definitely a motherfucker say what. And I think it just goes to show that these things are learned behaviors. And these kids, they don't just make up racism. It's not how it happens. Somebody got to tell these kids to treat the black one like a monkey, and then that's what they're gonna do. And that's what happened here, and it's sad, shameful, it's enraging. Fuck Little League baseball. Fuck them kids, them white ones that was doing that. Fuck their parents, and yeah, fuck them ESPN broadcaster. Carolina boss says ESPN was there too. ESPN owned by racist Disney. Holler at him, dog. Holler at him. Here, series just coming with the backup. Happened in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. There you go. It's one of the great places for racism. You know what I'm saying? Pick a state, any state, any state will do. But that was your motherfucker say what today? Just yeah, this shit goes on. All right, man. I'm gonna keep it moving. I actually need to push up out of here myself. But before I go, I ain't gonna go without doing a little bit.
Hey, hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, 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 with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, man, cheers, y'all. It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. I'm just over here trying to get the last few drops of liquid in. My sister, my little chister, she's been on the show before. You guys have seen her. She's a lovely little flower. Most of the time. Great person. Love her to death. One of my best friend in the world, I will say. Love that child. She's killing it at her job, man. She's basically running the art department for MGM corporate, overseeing all the artwork at any of their casino properties, casino hotels, nationwide, primarily in Vegas. Doing a lot of great work, man. Putting on exhibits, overseeing the installation, removal, storage, transportation of major art pieces. A lot of good work, man. Very proud of her. Killing it at her job, man. She attended a board meeting, an MGM board meeting, not too long ago. And I don't know if this is top secret information or what, but I run my mouth for a living. Can't tell me shit. I at a certain point during that meeting, as part of their planning for water conservation, which will be, mandatory and mandated for kind of all the casinos in Vegas, is, how to conserve water. Bellagio is one of their properties, and that fountain, it's killer. But during the course of those conversations and trying to plan for, water conservation, it came up that there's an estimated 9 years of water left in the Colorado River. I'm gonna say it one more time for you guys. In this meeting, they said, I wasn't there, but this was conveyed to me, that they're estimating 9 more years of water that will be available from the Colorado River. The Colorado River provides water for Los Angeles, Vegas, parts of Arizona, like basically most of the Southwest relies on the Colorado River for its water. Yeah, you know me. I'm the bright, cheery one. Always with the good news. That's me. They call me Sunshine. Yeah, man. Carolina boss, I got you, bro. We're gonna hoard all of our liquid resources, man. It'll be the new currency in 9 years, apparently. But think about that, guys. That is not far away. That means we're looking at it's 2022. We're looking at the water wars of 2031. Okay. Pick a side. Oh, by the way, that should happen. It's happening to that my mom is getting solar installed on Monday, dog. We 6 days away from being off the grid. 6 days away from being off the grid. Hey, 6 days away from being off the grid. And all we need now is a lake. Because the solar panels ain't gonna produce water, nigga. But it's a start. So I'm trying to convert my mother's garage, 2-car garage, into a water tank. But seriously, man, that will be my next step, is to stockpile as much water as we can at her place, while also trying to find a backup location for the family. I'll be back in the D eventually with property there, man, near fresh water. Maya Baker said, collect rainwater in Vegas, my nigga. That's a cruel joke, woman. That is a cruel joke. Collect rainwater in Las Vegas. You stupid. That's funny. That's funny. Mike Stone, this is crazy, brother. This is crazy. Again, I wasn't at this meeting. I haven't seen, but it doesn't sound too far off. I mean, motherfucker, with the Lake Tahoe or whatever, they finding all kind, man, bodies and ships. Nigga, some shit, a lake dry up in Spain, and they done found a Spanish Stonehenge. Nigga, cities under here and shit. Like, nigga, Mayans used to live down here. What happened? So water is drying up all over the world. But we got less than a decade, it looks like, for the West Coast or the Southwest current major water source to be dried up. So yeah. It rains in Arizona. I mean, it you get rain in these places, but it's not often. It's not. Yeah. I have my mother collecting the runoff from her AC. The water that drips from that. There's a pipe, and it was just like dripping onto her walkway in her backyard. I was like, oh, you should throw a bucket under here and then use it to water your plants. And she does. She gets about a bucket of water a day off of her AC unit, and is able to use that to water the plants. So yeah. Don't want to cause any alarm. Nobody panic. Watch niggas at the grocery store right now stabbing over that aquifer. But that Voss. All right, man. But yeah, guys, just to bring a little cheer to your week right at the beginning here, Tuesday. Get it done right. Yeah. 9 years is probably just won't be any water here. And like in the Southwest and stuff. So Maya Baker said, we got cactus and we got water. Okay. Well, you crack them cacti open. You get in there. And Miss Adverb, the runoff from the thing is not coolant. That's not the. You know, it creates condensation, and that's just water, baby. It's just water. I mean, I'm not saying it's drinkable for us, but you know, for the plants, I mean, it's all good. The lemon tree is starting to blossom. Okay, I can't be wrong. Herschel Walker doesn't believe me. That I don't think he believes anything anymore. Let me see. Carolina Boss said, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. He said that black guy that made the machine to pull pure water out the air. They vandalized his shit in Flint and haven't heard from him again. Do 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 do. Man, I'm telling you, they don't want us to do it. All right, man. I got to get out of here, guys. This was a Drill Solo edition. Hey, I almost did an hour anyways by myself. Just running my mouth and also wasting a lot of time trying to pull in pictures, but whatever. AJ Fitz says all water in America is sketchy. Yeah, well, it's also all about to be scarce. It's gonna be sketchy and scarce. So you know, let's plan accordingly, guys. Get it while you can. Collect rainwater, as they say, and cactus, apparently cacti. That being said, Savage AF, man, that's your Black Pedro popping for today. That's your show for today. We will be back here tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna drag Shane to his own fucking computer if I have to. But I believe Shang will be back. I'll definitely be back for you guys here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just like we do it Monday through Friday most of the time. Until then, guys, you know, I want y'all to stay healthy, stay hydrated, because that won't be possible pretty soon. But also keep your finger out your goddamn nose. All right, man. It's just, it looks weird. And it's